Good afternoon, everyone. It's Tanja from Tanja Kraus Horsemanship here, and I am coming to you live with a thought from my walk. And it's not actually a thought from my walk today. I was out riding early this morning, and then I actually headed to town, and I had a couple of appointments in town. And one of the things that I did when I was in town was I went ahead and got myself a manicure and a pedicure. So funnily enough, as I was getting a mani-pedi, I came up with a little bit of a realization or a little bit of a light bulb moment where it really made me empathize with my horse, and it really made me think about my horse and the situations that I put him in. So what happened with me was when I went in to get my mani-pedi, basically the lady, and for any gentlemen watching that don't know what that is, that's a manicure and a pedicure. So they're doing my hands and my feet. And at the particular salon where I went, they did them both at the same time. So I had one lady working on my feet and my toenails and all that, and I had another lady working on my hands and my fingernails and all of that at the same time. And so what actually happened, several times the lady at my feet was, you know, because you have to put them in the water and then take them out of the water and then put them in the water again and then take them out, and they do all these different things as you're putting them in and out and in and out and in and out. And what would happen frequently, it would have happened, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe more times during the process, where she was kind of asking me to do something, but because I was paying attention to the lady doing my nails, because she was telling me to do something, I didn't hear her until she sort of had to get kind of stronger, or she had to tap my leg, or she had to kind of really you know, be pushing my foot and sort of trying to put it back in the like trying to manhandle my foot back into where she needed it to be for her to continue her work. And what it got me to thinking was, you know, when we're riding our horses, we're talking to their mouth, we're talking to their front feet, we're talking to their ribs, we're talking to their hind feet, and we've got all these messages going to and from the horse. And it really made me realize that when I was paying attention to the lady doing my hands, it was not very easy for me to receive a message from the lady doing my feet and act on what she was telling me to do at the same time. And yet with our horses, we'll go ahead and ask them to you know, turn to the right, move their ribs to the left, step further through with the inside hind leg. We'll be asking them 3 or 4 different things at once, and we kind of can get a little bit frustrated when they don't respond immediately. So my experience today made me think of 2 things relative to our 2 things I got out of this thought process. One was the empathy for the horse, and us just having a realization or just having a moment to think, is my horse actually really able to process? How many cues am I giving him at once? Have I taught him how to process all of those cues? And those of you who have been to clinics would know how we break things down and how we train our horses to receive multiple messages in different situations. So I'm not saying that it can't be done, but what I'm saying is, in that moment when your horse is not responding in the way that you want, is it a moment where you can say, well, hang on a minute, am I talking to him in 3 different areas, and is he just struggling to respond to one of those messages? And then the other thing that it got me to thinking was how our day-to-day experiences can really help us to practice our consciousness if we get into the habit of doing so. So when I sat down there and I had that experience, my immediate thought went to my horses and how they experience things, and it raised my level of consciousness in regards to my horses. So hopefully next time I ride, I'm going to take with me that level of consciousness. So the 2 things that I'm getting out of it are you know, the empathy for the horse, but also a way that I can take my day-to-day life and compare it or relate it to my horse experience and practice my consciousness and practice improving myself in regards to my horsemanship, and hopefully improving my horsemanship and therefore improving my horse. So that was my experience today. That was my thought from my walk. I hope everyone's having a great day wherever you are, and that was just a thought. You can see that I'm in the car. I have pulled over. It was just a sort of little thought that was processing, and I really wanted to share it with you guys as soon as I could. So I didn't even wait to get home. I've just pulled over and done it in the car. So I hope you all have a great afternoon, and feel free to comment or share. Let me know what you're thinking. Talk to you soon.